हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हो? आपका स्वागत है त्रिपाण स्टडी सेंटर में। आज जो आपके समक्ष टॉपिक प्रस्तुत हुआ है कई मायने में काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण है हर एक एग्ज़ाम व्यू से। ठीक है, इसमें हम हर एक बात पे विस्तारपूर्वक चर्चा करेंगे और वो सारे जो है पहलू पर विचार करेंगे जो अब तक अछूता था। तो चलिए देखते हैं हमारा आज टॉपिक क्या है। टुडे डिस्कशन मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक हियर, लाइफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ थॉमस माथस। The life history of Thomas Malthus, this is the most important topic here. You know that the Thomas Robert Malthus was a British economist and demographer. You know that's important. Thomas Robert Malthus was a British economist and demographer, and the born of February 13, 1766. There is here Rookery near Dorkings, Surrey, England. And the die here, England, December 29, 1834. The Thomas is the most important. There is a Thomas is a geographer. Demographer is known for his the theory that had to the great influence of economics and evolutionary idea of his time, and as a whole are known as a malthusianism. There is known as a malthusianism, and Thomas Malthus grew up is a prosperous to the family with a familiar father of strong liberal idea, and influenced by the philosopher such as David Hume and Jean Jacques Rousseau. That's important here. The young Thomas was educated at the home until he was admitted to Jesus College, Cambridge, where to study a variety of disciplines with the emphasis on Latin and Greek. He graduated in 1788 and obtained his master as a degree in 1791. And later in 1797, he was ordained as a clergyman in the Anglican Church. In 1805, he began work as a teacher at the East India Company colleges at the Hollywood. In 1819, Thomas Malthus was selected as a member of a Royal Society and later joined the Political Economics Club, where he is shared to the work with the economists such as David Ricardo and James Mill. Malthus was one of the co-founder of the London Statistical Society. There is the most important achievement here. The Malthus was one of the co-founder of the London Statistical Society here. The greatest contribution of Thomas Malthus were in economics with the approach of economic theory that a sign then has been known as a Malthus theory, and whose ideological ways can be found in his book on essay on the principle of population as it affects the future improvement of society, with the remarks on their speculations of Mr. Godwin and M. Condirect and other writer, commonly known as an essay on the principle of population, which is the most influential work here. This book received a great attention from the economists and scientists of his time, and due to the crudeness and even cruelty of his approaches in reference to social phenomena such as a extensive growth of population, poverty, and famine. That's important here. The writer commonly known as to the principle of population, and principle of population is the refers to social phenomena such as the extensive growth of population and poverty of famine. That's important here. And let's see theory of population here. The next here, Malthus population theory. You know that Malthus population theory The Thomas Robert Martha was resident of Britain and expert in history and economics, which is the easily title of Principle of Population and published in year 1798 and discuss of population growth and demographical change on the one hand and the culture change on the other hand. That's the most important published here in 1798, the principle of population. And the mentioned economical changes in this book and his the behavior was a human because he away thought about the human welfare. That's important here. And he tried to be understand the impact of increase in a population on the human. That's important here. The population theory is a book that try to the understanding the impact of increasing in a population on a human. It is a well now that there is a deep relationship between population and resources. You know that the deep relations here, population and resources, but Mathab used to be word mean of livelihood instantly to resource. You know that this time not a use a resource here. This time only Mathab use a word here, livelihood, and that's important. And will be developing his theory. Mathab invention there is a flowing two characteristics here. And first characteristics here of food is stimuli for human survive. Food is a essential for the human survive. And secondly, theory here, the sexual impulse between man and woman is a necessity and will be remain so it is a present state. That's the most important two character here. On the basis of above two characteristics, Martha expressed the view that a human have a very high capacity to increase the population. You know that the Madhavs think here two character that the Madhavs express the view that a human have a very high capacity to express a increasing of population and the comparison to the earth has a less capacity to generate a mean of livelihood for the humans. You know that livelihood mean to resources. There is the high capacity to be increase of population, but comparison the earth has a less capacity to the generate a mean of resources for the human. According to the math of the growth of population in any area increasing according to the geometrical progressions where the mean of livelihood and increasing according to the arithmetic progression. That's important here. The population is area here increasing geometrical progression and resources here the only has arithmetic progression. And let's see in a detail. According to this theory, the growth of population increasing at the rate of 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 5, 256. You know that there is the population growth here. That the population growth and with the livelihood, it means to the resources earning increasing at the rate of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and growth at the rate of 8 to 9 and therefore soon to the population will be become so large the that it a maintenance will be become almost impossible and starvation of malnutrition will be inevitable. You know that that's important. There is the population growth here or geometrical progressions here. It means 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 and resources here increasing. There is a arithmetic progression here. According to the Malthus, the population doubles every 25 years. In a 2nd century, the difference in a population and means of substance will be 256 and 9. It means to here a population growth here 256 but resources here only 9. It means to the population growth rapidly, and the not a growth of resources is rapidly here. And the three century, there is a population here 4,096, and resources only here 13. It means to there is a population growth is rapidly increasing here. And the 2000 year, the difference will be become almost intermined. That's important here. There is a 2000 year. This difference will be become almost intermined. And there is a no matter how much a production increase, the growth rate of population will be away be higher than it. And ultimately, there is a human population will be reduced due to be starvation, disease, war, and plunder, etc. That's important here. There is ultimately there is human population will be reduced due to starvation, disease, war, and plunder, etc. That's important. In this way, the ability of food material is the biggest controller of population. Where more food is available, the death rate will be a less and the population will be automatically reduced here. The death has been to consider a common way to reduce a population. It means to the positive check. You know that where the more food available, the death rate will be a less and the population will be automatically reduced here. That's important. The Matha theory makes it clear that the population is essentially limited by the mean of substance. Note that population is initially limited by the means of substance here, and secondly, where the means of substance increasing the population increasingly or continuously increases here continuously here, and those control which is suppress the superior power of population and maintain their influence on the means of substance, and all this can be resolved through the more strength enable and climatics here. That's important. According to Malthus, the gap between the population and substance keep getting wider, and the burden of population on the means of substance keeps on increasing. As a result, the entire society gets divided into the immortal and poor classes, and the capitalist system is established here. The rich and wealthy people who born often to the production system. You know that there is the most important thought the Malthus here, the rich and wealthy people who own the production system on earn profits and accumulate a wealth but do not increase their population for a fear of falling down in the standing of living. That's important here. But other side, due to increase consumption of demand for some goods, increases which will be lead to be increase in a production. Madhav has supported capitalist society and capitalist economics on the basis that if the capital are distributed among the poor, then the capital production system and will be not be able to be investment. You know that the here Madhav has supported capitalist society. Madhav has supported with the capitalist society and capitalist economics on the basis of that if the capital is distributed among the poor, and then is a capital production system will be not be available for the investment. In this way, the rich will be continue to get a richer. That's important. In this way, the rich will be a continue to the get a richer and the poor, including the working class, will be continue to become a poorer. You know that The working class will be continue to become a poor, and furthermore, a mathematical theories has been to be incorporated into the theories of other researchers such as the Davis and Pigos. That's important here for the exam point of view. This topic was till this. We will be do their next topic in the next part. If you like it, then please like, share, subscribe, and share the video as a much as a possible. Do not think, subscribe and save in your mobile. Thank you.